everyone, and welcome to this old-time fiddle lesson on how to play the tune Kitchen Girl. And this tune comes from Henry Reed of Glenlyn, Virginia. This is a really fun tune. It's considered a modal tune because it has some minor scales involved with it. And I'm going to play it today in cross tuning, where I'm going to use a GD, GD tuning for my fiddle here. If you want to get into that tuning, all you have to do is take the A and E strings on your fiddle and then just tune those down a whole step. You get that tuning right there. So let me start by playing the tune one time so you can hear it, and then I'll slow it down, break it down to phrases, and then finally show you the bowings that I use for it. Here's Kitchen Girl. Alright, there you have it, Kitchen Girl. Now let me play it one time slow so you can get a better look at it before I break it down into phrases. Alright, there you have Kitchen Girl a little slower. First, let's talk about the scales we're going to use. Let's pretend, for the sake of ease, that this G and D strings that we've tuned down that are back, that will just speak as if they were A and E to help understand these scale notes. So this first scale is called a Mixolydian scale, the Mixolydian mode, and it's basically just your typical A major scale except for this G natural here. So you have, it sounds like this. Okay, that would be a Mixolydian scale. Now let's talk about the second half of the tune. That's going to be a different scale. We're going to use a different note in that. Instead of this second finger being on this note, we're going to use what we consider a C natural if we were in regular tuning. So that tuning would sound like this. I'm sorry, not tuning, but scale. Okay, so that is would be considered a Dorian scale. That's what we're going to play the B part in, and the A part is going to be in that Mixolydian scale. And it's the same fingerings on the low strings, the G and D down here, as it is on the high strings because we've cross-tuned our fiddle. So exact same fingering on both strings, so you don't need to worry about learning the fingerings for the scale down low. Okay, so those are our scales that we're going to learn the tune out of. Now, let's break it down into phrases. Here's the first phrase of the A part of the tune. Second phrase. Third phrase. the fourth phrase. Okay, that's the first half of the A part. The second half starts the same way. Now it's going to get a bit different. We're going to do this lick here, where we're going to go back up to that D note instead of going down to that A. And then we have this phrase. And then finally the tag for the A part. Excuse me. Okay, I'll go through those phrases one more time so you can hear them clearly. Second half of the A part. This is where it changes. All right, those are the phrases for the A part. Now let's move on to the B part. The B part starts with this little phrase. It's interesting because, once again, we're going to change our scale. Here we're going to change our mode and use this C natural note. Okay, now what you can do there is you can use your pinky note to get a unison when you climb up that last phrase. We can get those two notes ringing out together. Just make sure to arch your pinky finger over, obviously, so you don't hit that high string and make it screech. And then let go of that when you do the last two notes. Those last two notes. So it sounds like this. You can leave your pinky down like this. But that's kind of a hard move to do, and I don't know that it necessarily makes the tune sound any better, so that's my little trick I'm passing on to you. All right, so that's the first part, the first half of the B part. Here's the second part of the B part here. So same first phrase, and then this is the tag. And that's what's called a bow rock at the end, where we're going to go this third finger here and this open string, same note, it's a unison, and you do the downstroke, both of them pulling at the same time, and then when you go up, you lift your bow up and do what's called a bow rock. So it sounds like this. Something rattling here, but never mind that. That's a really great way to end an old-time fiddle phrase. Okay, so let's go over those B part, those phrases in the B part one more time. All right, those are the phrases for Kitchen Girl. Now, let's talk about the bowing. Some really great old-time bowings in here. I'm going to show you exactly how I bow this. I'm going to break it down for you now. The first part is the... Okay, the way we'll bow that phrase is just exactly like I did it there. We're going to take that run of triplet notes up to the third finger there, and we're going to do that all on one bow stroke. That's very important because this last note is the downbeat, and we want to have a strong downbeat with our bow going down. And from there, it's basically back and forth, and the last two notes are slurred on an up bow. All right, so that's how you bow the first phrase. Now, let's talk about the second phrase. How do we bow the second phrase in the A part? We're going to start with just 2 saw strokes. And we're going to do 3 notes on an up bow. So the 2 first notes on that high string. Oh, there's 3 notes, I guess. Yeah. So down, up, down. And then put all those on an up bow. Okay? That's how you bow the second phrase. Now, come into the third phrase like this. That's simple. No slurs in there at all. Now, when we get to this next phrase, we're going to do 2 note slurs. That's all it is. Okay? And then we're going to end the phrase here, the tag of this first half of the A part, with a down, up, down, up. All right, that's all it is. Let's go over that again. First phrase. Second phrase. Third phrase. And then you have your tag here. Okay, let's move on. Second half of the A part, we're going to bow the first phrase exactly the same. We're going to use pretty much the identical bowings. All right, so we come into this big triplet run. That's the identical phrase. Now, what we're going to do is this next phrase is different, right? We're going to go, the bowing is going to be the same. So you have that D, C sharp, D on an up bow. Okay? Coming into this, this last phrase here. No slurs, just all single bow strokes. And then you have the tag. So pretty straightforward bow, bowing pattern. But a great one, and it's got all the things you need for old-time bowing and none of the stuff you don't need. All right, so let's move on now. Let's look at the bowing pattern for the B part. So we're going to start we're going to start with a downstroke, but then the next 3 notes are going to be on an up bow. Okay, and there's one more slur in there. Let me show it to you. Where is it? Let me see. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so it's just up 3 bows, 3 notes up after the first down. And you can do that all single bow strokes there. the next phrase there, you do 2 downs, 2 notes down. That's the only slur. So let's take a look at all those bowings right there, those 2 phrases put together. Okay, pretty simple. Now we're going to do the same thing when we... That little phrase there, it's pretty much the same as the phrase in the A part, just an octave down. And we're going to do the same bow stroke. We're going to go all down. We're going to slur all those notes together. And all we do is just slur the last 2 notes up. All right, so slur down, then single bow strokes. Up, up. All right, that's all it is. Then we have the second half here. I'm sorry I didn't bow that the same way, did I? I mixed up there, but don't worry about that. It's the same as the first way we did it. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. It's those 3 notes instead of 2. All right, sorry I got mixed up there. Same exact thing as the first time we did it. And then you have the tag for the B part, and that's going to be all the parts there. So the way we do the tag, we're going to start with a down up, no slurs, and then we're going to slur basically every 2 notes together. All right, so it looked like that. You do a bow rock there, you can do the other phrase. Same difference, right? Okay, so those are all the bowings put together. Let me play it for you one more time. If you've got all that now, you feel pretty confident with it, you can play along. And I hope you enjoyed this old-time fiddle lesson. My name is Chance McCoy, and if you want to support me, you can visit my Patreon at chancemccoy.com, or sorry, not chancemccoy.com, patreon.com/Chance McCoy Music to become a patron and support these lessons, or you can just drop me a tip, a virtual tip at paypal.me/Chance McCoy Music. Thanks for watching this. I hope it was informative and you got something out of it, and you go on to play Kitchen Girl many, many times. It's a great tune. So let's play it together, medium tempo, to see ourselves out on this video.